I'm proud that Congress finally passed it and the president signed it into law.
Liz Ryan tells us more about this new law sponsored by Florida Senator Rick Scott.
Fentanyl abuse has become one of the most deadly epidemics in America. It's 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin, and very lethal. A dose the size of 3 grains of salt can kill a person. Senator Rick Scott has been working on legislation to combat this.
For nearly 2 years, I've been fighting to make my bipartisan End Fentanyl Act law.
And it is. President Joe Biden signed the legislation. It requires the Commissioner of Customs and Border Protection to update its policies at least once every 3 years to ensure operational field manuals, including drug interaction guidance, are up to date.
I look forward to seeing the Biden administration immediately implement this law and give America's brave Border Patrol the tools needed to keep these dangerous drugs out of our communities.
Senator Scott says changes in border policy would curb fentanyl overdoses.
President Biden must do more to secure the border and stop the deadly fentanyl that continues to flow illegally into the U.S. over the southern border and kills tens of thousands of our citizens each and every year. Well, nothing can heal the crushing heartbreak felt by the hundreds of thousands of families torn apart by fentanyl and who have lost loved ones. The End Fentanyl Act will make a difference in our fight to end the suffering.
Since fentanyl is being mixed so often now with other drugs, and often you can't see it, smell it, or taste it, many victims don't even know they took it until it's too late. But there are ways to prevent accidental overdoses. For example, fentanyl test strips. They can detect the presence of fentanyl in all different kinds of drugs, pills, powder, and injectables. Find out more at cdc.gov/stop overdose. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, March 29th. Earlier this week, a concerned citizen contacted the Flagler County Sheriff's Office to report a shoplifter at a local business. During the investigation, deputies discovered more. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
See something, say something, call into the sheriff's office on a shoplifter at Walmart resulted not only in the recovery of over $1,000 of stolen merchandise from Walmart, but also took a drug trafficker off the streets and into the Green Roof Inn. The suspect went by all checkout areas of Walmart after loading a cart full of merchandise and went to a car. A witness called the sheriff's office and deputies responded. Working with Walmart Loss Control, deputies were able to obtain a good description of the suspect and located her in the parking lot. During the arrest, they found trafficking amounts of methamphetamine and other drugs in her car. Might have bypassed all the checkout points at Walmart, but she got an express check-in at the Green Roof Inn, where she's being held.
Amber McCann, a 30-year-old resident of Sanford, is currently detained on a bond amounting to $34,000. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
It brings us up to a modern project that continues the walkability and lifestyle for all peoples in Palm Coast.
We're getting more reaction to the Promenade at Town Center project.
Well, the Promenade is a culmination of many months, if not years of work in the continued progress of Town Center.
Jeff Douglas is president of Douglas Property Development. He says the Promenade will make the Town Center and Palm Coast the place to be.
It started with the 500,000 square feet of the Target Center and the Public Center, and now with the addition of Toll Brothers and Paytas Homes and our diversity of housing that we've implemented in Town Center that's under construction, it allows us to come forward with the Promenade.
Douglas says the addition of office, retail, and education space will benefit his and other adjacent developments.
We're across the street with our final permitting that would allow restaurants, ice cream, coffee, barbershop, insurance offices, and then the incubator space that can allow for small businesses where a family comes in, they got one person working full-time, the other person can start a small business.
Most importantly, Douglas says the Promenade adds density to the Town Center project.
You have to have density to provide efficiency of housing and cost of a housing. You know, we've got more than 14,000 ITT lots, which is completely horizontal. You know, again, they don't have the sidewalks and the things that a lot of families need, and, you know, there's inherent cost with maintaining that. And then you have a whole spectrum of users and citizens that need for what, you know, they got a busy lifestyle. Maybe they're flying. Maybe their business is I'm on the road 4 days a week flying between different cities, but I like the lifestyle on Palm Coast.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
The weekend is here, and there's plenty of family fun to be had in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
Bring all your friends and family out tomorrow for the Flagler County Cattlemen's Association Cracker Day. Enjoy a barbecue lunch, bull riding, steer races, jackpot barrel racing, pig chase, and much more. Calling all young, current, and future anglers aged 5 to 13 years old to join the first free kids fishing clinic at the park. Just pay park admission and complete the program and receive a rod and reel combo with a starter tackle kit. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at AugieKids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
Flagler County returned to school Monday, and I found the FPC tennis team in a familiar place, the alma mater, St. Augustine. Both the boys and girls teams pulled out 5-2 wins. Both teams are undefeated since an opening loss to Spruce Creek. Coach Javier Bavacqua.
I'm happy with the progress. We knew we had a young team coming in, and it was a matter of time before we put it together.
Tuesday, Rich Carroll and I were at the Ship for Matanzas-Menendez baseball. The Falcons edged the Pirates 1-0 in 8 innings. Last night, the Pirates softball team looked to avenge the baseball loss at Menendez. The game was scoreless after 7 innings. In the 8th, Ruby Fogel sacrificed Gracie Giesbert home to give the Pirates a 1-0 lead.
I knew I had to get this bunt down, and I was just really focused on having my bat at a good angle and making sure that it was at a good spot to get the bunt down.
In the bottom half, Leah Stevens got her 21st strikeout of the game to secure the Pirate win and her 4th no-hitter of the season.
I mentally prepared beforehand. I knew how good their hitters were, so I knew I had to hit my spots today. I knew I had to have good spin.
The Pirates' next game is the Shoreline Showdown against FPC at the Ship. Rich and I will have the broadcast live at 6 on the WNZF Facebook page and the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. The Bulldogs are now 8-4 after a 5-4 loss at Fleming Island. Baseball, FPC fell 9-2 to East River yesterday. Matanzas host Nice tonight. In lacrosse this week, the Pirate boys won 10-4 at Father Lopez Wednesday. They're at Tokoi Creek tonight. FPC's boys and girls team swept St. Joseph Wednesday. The boys went back-to-back with an 8-3 win over Paxton Thursday. It's a crosstown showdown at Sal Campanella in flag football tonight with FPC and Matanzas at 6. FPC volleyball player Lily Paridis will join Bulldog soccer player Sam Jennings at Coker next fall. WNZF is your home for local sports with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the sports desk, I'm Mike Licio.